For years and years, I put everyone else first, everyone's feelings before mine, until finally I realized I was completely losing myself. When I finally chose me, everything changed for the better. Hi, I'm Shakilia, and today I'm going to tell you how I did it and 3 steps for how you can do it too. I went from being exhausted, mommy, wife, sister, friend, daughter, employee, entrepreneur, to being the uniquely radiant Shakilia, spoiled child of the divine. I was doing a lot for everybody else before doing for myself. Like if I was cooking, I would get them the best piece of meat. I would go out of my way to solve people's problems. There were times where I was being disrespected by people left and right. I was attracting narcissists and people who somehow threw me under the bus when things went down. There were times where people were even yelling at me and talking crazy. Like, who yells at me? Like, seriously. But anyway, it was happening. And people would take advantage of me, of my kindness and my good nature. And, they just thought that I was so timid and gentle and sweet. And I guess they saw that as an opportunity to take advantage. There were times where people made comments on my clothes and how I looked, and I tried to dress differently. I tried to gain weight, all this kind of crazy stuff, listening to people trying to, be what they wanted me to be. I felt really bad and wondering, like, why would people treat me like that? I was really tired and drained. I had physical manifestations like sickness and pain. I knew that there just had to be another way to live. There just had to be. At the time, I didn't even realize it was a self-love issue. If someone told me your self-esteem is low or something like that, I would have been like, what are you even talking about? I blamed everyone else for my misery. Then I woke up. One day, I learned all about the law of attraction, or as many of you know, The Secret, and I was able to gradually take my power back. Things weren't happening to me randomly. Everything was a response to the energy that I was putting out. That's what I was getting back. So through my thoughts, emotions, and focus, I could create the reality that I want. And with the law of assumption, I was able to improve my self-concept. I read books, watched videos from a lot of teachers like Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard, Michael Beckwith, Lisa Nichols, and especially Louise Hay. She was really instrumental in my self-love journey, and many, many more teachers out there. I realized that I was previously tolerating mental abuse and disrespect, and I no longer needed to feel like a victim. And I also had an awakening moment where I felt God's love, that unconditional love without agenda. And I really hope everyone can feel that at some point in their lives. I'm gonna do a whole video about that because that's a big topic. And I realized how precious and how loved I am. We all are. I got to start to get to know me again. What I like, what I need, what I want. I began loving my body exactly the way it is. I'm happier, more vibrant, more confident, more at peace, and my relationships are even better. People tell me that I'm glowing now, and I am wearing that Christian Dior Glow Foundation, but besides that, that glow that we have, it comes from the inside out. It's our aura. Get comfortable with showing up for yourself. And don't worry, don't feel guilty about putting your happiness first, because when you put your happiness first, you give everyone else the best of you, that authentic version of you. Your cup will be full and you'll be giving from your overflow, baby. Here are 3 steps that I took to continue to put myself first, and you can do it too. Step 1 is set boundaries. Step 2 is positive self-talk. And step 3 is to prioritize your self-care. One way to set a boundary is to say no. No is a complete sentence, okay? So for me, if someone asked me out to go out or whatever and I didn't feel like it, I didn't force myself to do it. I just said no. I began to say no. Thank you so much for inviting me. And the other thing is Sometimes people would offer me junk food like donuts. They might offer me some alcohol or something like that. And if I wanted to be healthier, if I felt like I was in a healthy mode, I would have to decline and say no, thank you, and put myself first. The transition to self love was gradual over the years, and then something happened in 2025. Suddenly, it's like I was snapped out of a daze. Somebody spoke to me like a peasant when I'm royalty. I am a queen. I had a tower moment, y'all. This person, they had a big ego and they came talking down to me, and I said, no more. I stood up for myself. I spoke up for myself, and it was the best thing that I did. I was angry and everything, but sometimes you have to go through that type of stuff to wake up and see what's really going on and recognize that you deserve better. So, no more has become my theme for 2025. And I invite you to also use it as your theme for 2025. If you have a different theme, put it in the chat so I can see what it is, or put no more, because we don't have to put up with people's ridiculousness anymore. No more abandoning yourself to make other people feel comfortable. Okay, we ain't doing that no more. At the end of the day, I had to stop caring about what people thought about me and what I did. I had to realize that their thoughts just weren't that important. They weren't more important than what I believed for myself, right? Because people's perspectives are going to be different about you. It can be different because they're in a certain mood, or just their perspective of you is different because everyone has a unique life and they're going to see you differently, and you can't control how they see you. So just let it go and make sure that that one person who really counts sees you in a good light, and that person is you. So my self-concept determines the vibe I give off, how I carry myself, and all of that affects what I attract into my life. If I feel like a victim, I'm going to attract people to make me continue to feel like a victim. But if I feel self-love and in self-empowerment, I'll start attracting people who are kind to me, who treat me with respect. Sometimes as you're getting to know yourself and see what your preferences are, you may want to think about what someone else would do in that situation. Someone that you admire their values and how they carry themselves. Like, for example, you would say, if you like how Beyonce carries herself, in a certain situation, you might say, well, what would Beyonce do? And then do that. And if we happen to attract situations and things that are less than what we deserve, we can walk away. We can set boundaries. We deserve the best. We are grown women and we have the power to speak up for ourselves. Okay, that's really important. That's something I really had to learn. Like one day I remember it just clicking like, girl, you are grown and you can stand up for yourself. So step 2 is positive self-talk. Sometimes we do talk down to ourselves. We might call ourselves stupid. We might look in the mirror and look at certain parts of our bodies in disgust. But guess what? Today, we're going to stop that. We're going to stop that today. Okay? We are not talking down to ourselves. We are going to speak to ourselves like we are our own best friend. We're going to look in the mirror and say, girl, you are fine. Right? We're gonna tell ourselves that I got your back. When no one else has your back, make sure that you have your own back. We're gonna say to ourselves, girl, no matter what, I got you. Ooh, I'm getting a little emotional there because when I told myself that, it was real. It was real. And I meant it. Anyway, moving right along. We're going to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I am amazing. We're going to look into our own eyes in the mirror, deep into our soul, and say, I love you. You are enough. Make a list of positive affirmations for yourself. Write down maybe 10 things And start to say them to yourself every day when you look in the mirror in the morning. Eventually, you'll believe them and embody them, and your whole frequency is going to change and your vibe is going to improve. And what comes back to you, baby, is going to be amazing. Talk to your body, talk to yourselves. Start to appreciate the functioning of your body. Your heart beating, the blood running through your veins, your digestive system, all the systems that you have working together in your amazing, amazing body. Okay? And eventually, you'll start seeing your body in a whole new way. You'll start loving it in a whole new way. And the more you love it, the more it's gonna morph into more of what you love gradually. Believe me, try it and see what happens. Step 3 is to prioritize self-care. That's so, so important. Take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. A good way to do this is to create a morning ritual. You can start with exercise, add some meditation, visualization, affirmations, and actually I have a video that you can check out that's gonna give you a whole ritual that you can use for your own self, and you can, develop it to be more suitable for you. But I definitely recommend having a morning ritual of self-care. Find ways to avoid and relieve stress. Don't hold stress inside. You have to find a way to release it, or it's gonna manifest somehow in your body. Your body definitely holds things if you don't release it, and it could turn into sickness. One way to not be stressed out in the morning is to prepare the night before. Get your clothes ready. Maybe if you have lunch, you can prepare your lunch, put it in the fridge, that kind of stuff. Because in the morning, you don't want to be rushing and feeling that anxiety at the beginning of your day or throughout your day. But definitely, you don't want to start the day with anxiety. Do whatever it takes to get your mind right in the morning. Choose a specific day or a specific time of day to make sure you rest and rejuvenate, because that is so, so important to your health. When you rest and do replenishing activities that you enjoy, you're actually refueling your spirit. My day to rejuvenate is usually on a Sunday, and I don't plan any activities on that day. At least I try not to, in order to focus on my self-care. I have like spa-like activities, like, doing a facial, massage, I soak in the bathtub, I might watch a movie, just things that I enjoy to do that's relaxing. Taking care of yourself physically with exercise and grooming are also very important to show yourself some love. Okay, make sure your nails are done, your hair is done, your clothes are fitting and flattering, because you don't want to be out here looking like a bum, girl. You are a queen. All right, let me tell you something, honey. You do not have bad luck. You are not broken. You are enough. Okay, I was in a place for a while where I felt like I was broken, where I felt like I was ruined. I was going through, the darkness, and I just couldn't see the light until I realized that I am the light. I am the light that I was looking for. And I was able to shine bright eventually. I want you to know that you are the light, okay? And whatever you're going through, go through it, express your emotions, because on the other end, you're going to come out stronger, okay? And you are the light. You are not broken. You are not ruined. And you are enough, just the way you are. You are whole as you are right now. And the best is yet to come. So those are the 3 steps. Step 1, set boundaries. Step 2, positive self-talk. And step 3, prioritize self-care. Rinse and repeat as needed. You can take baby steps, just go at your own pace, or you can just make a radical quantum leap if you feel up to it. But do something to put yourself first today. Be nice to you and care about how you feel. Tell me in the chat something that you plan on doing today to be nice to yourself. So I want to close with an affirmation. Repeat it throughout the day if you feel up to it, and feel it in your soul. Close your eyes right now. And I want you to say, I love myself, and I am my own best friend. With practice, you will reprogram your minds and your whole world will change for the better. When you choose yourself, you choose the life you deserve, and that's when all the magic and fun begins. Trust me, sis. Okay, I'm proud of you. I see you. I love you. God loves you, and I need you to love yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in to Enchant Your Life, and I'll see you in the next video.